this whole pile of tools, mostly power tools, 50 bucks. We're going to talk about it coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop, and laying in front of me right here is a pile of power tools. Not a power of pile tools, but it's early yet. Estate sale, this was a Thursday, and I was right there when they opened up and started. They had an assortment of power tools and hand tools and such, and I kind of picked through and kind of made a little pile, and I just made an offer. You know, everything was marked, but I says, I'll give you $50 for this pile, or this assortment of stuff right here, and the gal says, sure, go ahead. So, yeah, maybe thinking I should have done 25, but 50 bucks is a hell of a deal for what I got here, and we're going to go through it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, get a better look. Okay, as I'm going to show here, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get some quality power tools for your shop if you're working on a budget. A lot of these I don't really need, but I couldn't pass up the deal for what they had laying around there. So I'm going to go through what I got here for this $50. I'm going to start off with the thing that's worth more than $50 all by itself. And that's this. Looks like lightly used Masterforce 7-inch angle grinder. Nice heavy duty, and this does work. I've plugged it in and made sure it worked and everything. So right there, that's worth more than the $50. And it's heavy. Well, that was something I didn't have, so yeah, I can use one of those. Next up was this triple tap. Yeah, you could buy these for 10-15 bucks, and I've got a few of them. It's always nice to have another one, so that'll be handy. Next up here, Milwaukee Sawzall. Everything's there. It's even got the little Allen key for the chuck. It's an older model. I would say probably 1980s. It does work, but it needs a new cord. But these are easy to change. Usually just pop this cord off. There we go, just like that. And you buy this part and you plug another one in and away you go. And just like that. And so that's a good deal right there. Like I said, it does work. Works fine. Nothing's rusted up on it. Just needs a cord. Next up, and I don't know about this, it does work. This is a 1/4-inch double insulated drill. There's no chuck key with it, and I probably got one laying around. Who's it made by? Target Stores Incorporated. So not a real high quality tool, and that'll probably go in some yard sale we have, because I certainly don't need a 1/4-inch chuck drill. I've got lots of drills, don't need this. But threw it in with the rest of these power tools because they were all in a section together. I've got two of these DeWalt lights, 18-volt lights. They both have batteries. I have put both of these batteries in the charger and get the rapid flash, so that's telling me both batteries are shot. I do have some good 18-volt batteries for some of my other DeWalt tools, and I plugged in, and yes, the lights work, but it's not something I use often. They're not LED, but every once in a while it's handy to have one. Keep it around if you're working underneath a tractor, underneath a car or truck or something. Nice to have a little light. And this one's got a little detachable thing that I haven't really messed with. There we go. So it's got a little gooseneck on it, and you can aim it. So it might be kind of handy. Next up's a DeWalt DC410 18-volt cordless angle grinder. There again with the battery, the battery doesn't work. The angle grinder does. In fact, I'll go grab a battery here. $1 price tag on that battery. Of course, no good, but so good angle grinder right there. Next up is another reciprocating saw. This is a DeWalt. It doesn't work. I've plugged it in and it doesn't do anything. I'll have to do a little troubleshooting on it. I'm suspecting it's the cord. The end here doesn't look too good. That's next tool. It did not come with the Allen wrench for the head up here, but I got plenty of Allen wrenches around. 18 volt DeWalt charger. This does work. Next up is a DW251 drywall screwdriver. It's corded, but it does work, and these are handy to have. I hate hanging drywall, but it also works with deck lumber, and if you don't overdo it, because you could probably burn one of these up. They're not really made for that. They're made for drywall, but I have used these types of things on deck boards before. And last but not least is this big 1/2-inch drive DW130 DeWalt drill. And it works if you mess with it. The cord's broken up pretty bad right here. On this end, I don't know what somebody had going on there. I hope the camera focuses on that. We got some kind of weird end on there that's held together with a zip tie. So when you plug this in, if you wiggle this and you wiggle this, you can get the drill to run. So at any rate, that's what I'm talking about, where you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get some quality tools. And granted, yes, some of these need some repairs, but nothing is going to be an expensive repair. The DeWalt 18 volt items here that came with all these bad batteries, I have a pretty good stock of good batteries, and it is possible to rebuild these. Whether or not I do it, I don't know. I've been mostly converting everything to 20 volt, and I do have the adapter to use the 20 volt batteries on the 18 volt tools, so I may not even screw with those batteries, may just send them to the recycle center. That's a little quick overview of this, how to get some quality tools for your shop if you're on a budget. Places to look at, of course, Facebook Marketplace, although some people think they've got a gold mine there and they've got a ridiculous price on it. The other thing I've noticed too is if somebody puts the price of 1, 2, 3, 4, so it looks like $1,234, they're not really listing the price. Then when you go in and start looking at the listing, they want some ridiculous amount of money for some junk. So usually if I see those, I don't even look at them anymore. I just pass them by. Of course, Craigslist is a good place to look. Of course, there's always eBay. And I found some good things on eBay. You just have to be patient and figure out what you're looking for, and they can even send you notifications when somebody puts some things up. Of course, there's pawn shops. I do make regular rounds of the pawn shops around here to see what they have. Sometimes you can find some good deals, and there again, sometimes they think they've got, you know, gold bullion there they're trying to sell you. So know what the stuff costs new and do a good comparison. And I think I mentioned Craigslist, eBay, pawn shops, yard sales, of course. I've got some great deals at yard sales, especially if you get some people that don't really know what they've got. Okay, you say, well, that's dishonest. Well, not really. If somebody's got, you know, $5 on something like this, I'm not going to question it. I might offer them less. They might not take it, but, you know, worth the $5. And of course, estate sales and estate auctions and farm auctions. A lot of times if you go to an estate auction and they have like a whole bunch of collectibles, glassware and Hummels and antique furniture and things like that, the people that are there are not going to be there to be bidding on tools. So if you go to one of those and you see that they have some tools, odds are you're going to get a pretty good deal. The only disadvantage with these types of auctions are they'll put up, you know, we're going to use this battery for example. We're going to sell you this battery, you know, what's my bid? And nobody bids on it. Well, then they add something else and they add something else. And pretty soon they're throwing in buckets of junk. Well, you have to buy all that to get what you were looking for, but still you may only spend $2 to $5 on the whole lot. Just when you get home, you're going to have to throw all the junk away. So those are my thoughts on getting some tools on a budget. If you money's a little tight, you want to have some actual quality tools. Things like that Target drill, I would pass on things like that. Look for some of the name brands. DeWalt, of course, Milwaukee, Ryobi, Hitachi, Metabo, although lately the Metabo is nothing but rebranded Hitachi stuff at a higher price. You would hold two of them side by side. Other than the color, they're identical, except the Metabo costs more. There's no real difference. And then you've got even the higher end Harbor Freight, the Bauer line. I don't have any of their stuff, but I've seen some good reviews on it, and I'm not going to get into another platform. I've kind of settled on the DeWalt platform, and I'll stay there. Before I get rambling along too much more, there'll be upcoming videos on fixing what I need to fix here and how we do it. If you like this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. And of course, we're always looking for subscribers, and next to that subscribe button is a little bell. If you click that bell, you'll be notified when I post another video. Otherwise, I'm Roger in the shop with my $50 pile of tools. See you in the next video.